Hey YouTube, this is your yeah, but so yeah, this is him, and I wanted to talk to you about having sex. Um, I wanted to talk to you about, well, I'll just talk to you about having sex. Now, if you're a religious person, there's a good chance that you know what I'm talking about. Um, because having sex is a common thing. A lot of people are in it. Um, there's various sects all over the place. Um, I'm not going to go into all of them right now, but I'm going to focus on the three primary monotheistic religions that have sex. There is Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. Okay, those are the three primary, I think, primary monotheistic religions that have sex. Now, the Jewish ones, they don't have it as much. Um, they have, from what I found, and I haven't like researched real deep on this, but what I found, the Jewish ones they have movements. Okay, so their sects are more about movements, and they've had 12 movements. So there are a pretty small number of movements. Um, Now the Islamic sects have quite a bit more, which is not surprising because if you go to the Islamic paradise, you get, I don't know, it's um, I've heard one version is you get 72 houris, and those are women who are virgin, and you can have sex with them as much as you want because you have an eternal erection, eternal hard on, and you have sex with them, and then after you're done with having sex with them, they go back to being virgins again. So it's like a virgin every single time, and it's just like multiple women that you can like screw whenever you want. But then I've also heard that it's not 72, it's 72 rooms of houris. So it's like multiple houris. Or maybe even 72 mansions with rooms. So it's like tons and tons of houris that are there just for you to have sex with. That's the sole purpose of their existence, is for you to have sex with. So that's the Islamic paradise. Getting an eternal erection, an erection that never goes away. Although actually that might not be good because if you have an erection too long, it can actually cause physical harm. I don't know if it's after a few hours or a few days, but just having a nonstop erection will actually hurt you. So that may not be so good. So I'm not sure on that one, but yeah. So they have their 72 sects of Islam. So they have more than Judaism, and they're not completely united. And I know there are some Muslims that kill other Muslims because they're not in the same sect, or some Muslims say that other Muslims aren't real Muslims because they're not in the sect, and then the other Muslims say that those Muslims are not real Muslims because they're not in the sect. So it's just a bunch of mess with Islamic sects, but that's, I mean, but then what really takes the cake, you want to really get into it, Christians. Christians have the most sects. I mean, they've a ton. 41,000. Christians have 41,000 sects. So Christians have the most sects. Tons of sects. I mean, tons. Now, 41,000, well, I've heard that, like, Christianity's united. They may have differences here and there, little things that they disagree about, like maybe non-essential things that they disagree about, but they agree on the essential things. But even the essential things, I don't think they really agree on, because you have Unitarian monotheistic Christians that say there's only one. Um, well, I don't think they would say there's one member of the Trinity, because the Trinity implies that there's more than one member. So they would just say that who they would call God, there's only one. But then there are Trinitarians that say, well, there's one, but he's three persons. I'm still not sure how that's supposed to work out, because if you have three, unless they're saying that God is actually a family, because then you can have 3 members of the family. Because they say that God the Son is not God the Father, but God the Son is God. And God the Father is not the Son, but he is God. So it sounds like a family, because you have multiple members, but one unit. One unit. So, so yeah, those are some. So I know there's even differences in the major, the essentials, but then the non-essentials, there's tons of differences all over, and there's so many differences that there are 41,000 sects, 41,000 different groups that say you're not part of my group. I'm in this group, but you're not part of the group. So you may be a Christian, but you're not part of my group. And then the other person says, yeah, well, you may be a Christian, but you're not part of my group. So if they were really united, would there be 41,000? 41,000 sects. Different groups of identifying themselves with each other, saying, we're united in our beliefs. Of course, then sometimes you can go to like a church or be part of a denomination or sect or whatever of Christianity, and you can have different views on the other people there, but you still unite with them in fellowship. But then, like say, if you're, let's say, a Baptist, that's an easy. I know there's multiple different kinds of Baptists. There's like Southern Baptists. I don't think there's Northern or Eastern or Western Baptists, but there's like different types of Baptists. But you could say you're a Baptist, but then would you say you're this? You unite? You have no problem like fellowshipping with Methodists? You don't really care what church you go to, whether it's Baptist, Methodist, Episcopalian, which is a very interesting word, I think. Or some of these are charismatic, non-denominational, Lutheran. I don't know if they consider Catholics Christians. Some Christians, I think, probably do consider Catholics Christians, and other Christians don't. And I think Catholics would say that they're Christians, or maybe some Catholics wouldn't. They would say that Catholic is the true faith, and anyone who's not a Catholic is not a member of the true faith. But other Catholics may say that. So there seems to be, I don't know, a lot of different perspectives, different views, different beliefs, differences, and some of them are so extreme that they won't, that they hate each other. And there are some, like, say, there's Calvinists and what's the other one? Arminians, not Armenians like the country, but Arminians. They follow this guy that was named Arminius. He's dead, but they follow his teachings. And I don't know if some of them. Well, I think Calvinists believe that either the Creator has either God or the Creator has given you salvation and rejected the people that He has not given it to. So if He has not given someone else salvation, you're just doomed, and that tough dookie. That's just the way it is. You're squat. You're headed for destruction. There is no hope whatsoever. You are absolutely doomed, and that's it. So yeah, I don't know if a Calvinist sees someone that's not a Calvinist, and they don't think they're saved, well, they wouldn't have would they have fellowship with that person? Would they say, yeah, I'll have fellowship with you. I think you're going to hell to be tortured forever, but sure, I'll hang out with you. We can be friends. We can be united in faith. I don't know. So yeah, I know that Christians have the most sects, but as far as like harmony, unity, being united, I don't see how that's possible. Because if they were united, would they have such strong differences and disagreements and not being able to speak to each other, or thinking one person's going to hell if they're not this certain type of Christian? And I mean, it just gets to be a headache. But I suppose, since Revelation talks about the whore, which is, the Catholic Church, and the Catholic Church is headed by the Antichrist. Well, I mean, the guy who wants to be the Antichrist, the Pope. And then the whore has many daughters, and I forget, where is that? Oh, that's Revelation 17:5, where it talks about the whore's many daughters. And so, yeah, although, I mean, it's not surprising that there's 41,000 different sects, denominations of Christianity, since the whore has many daughters. 41,000 daughters. Whew. It's a lot of daughters. A lot of daughters. Anyway, so yeah, that's I guess that's Christian unity. I don't know. Anyways, I hope this has been helpful, interesting. Feel free to leave comments, feedback. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. And have a very good day, week, night, evening, morning, year, millennium, decade, moment, millisecond. Au revoir, bon voyage, salon, auf Wiedersehen, dos vidania, sayonara, ni hao, bye.